I was just like, what? No, yes, no, no. I was just going through that. Like the whole entire night, I was just, into early this morning, I was just like, no, I can't believe he did this. Why would you say that? Why would you do this? Oh my gosh, it's so precious, so cute. This is so Steve. Hi, book lovers. It's Lady Lauren Explorer, and today I'm doing an Achillean book review on a Korean graphic novel and also the English translation of the actual novel. And it's called Kiss Me Liar by Zing, and this is volume 1. But I then read the Korean complete series, so I can tell you my thoughts. Yes. So like I said before, Kiss Me Liar is a Korean graphic novel that today has been turned into a actual novel. We follow Yeon-woo, who is a Omega who works in America for the CEO named Keith, who is a very dominant alpha. Through a series of flashbacks, we find out that Yeon-woo knows Keith before he became the secretary of Keith. And Keith has no idea or remembers how he knows Yeon-woo. But we do know that Yeon-woo is in love with Keith. There is a time when Yeon-woo has to be a party planner for Keith for one of his cruise parties or just a regular party. But at these parties, very promiscuous things goes on with everyone there. We then find out that Keith's pheromones get Yeon-woo going, where his body, even on suppressants, they're just can't help themselves. And that leads to Yeon-woo being taken advantage of by a group of men. And as his body is waking up from the pheromones and he's becoming his self again, he realizes what's happening and he bites down. So, after all of that, like he had just been sexually assaulted, Keith is like, why did you do that? You're supposed to be Mega. Why did you just let it happen? Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, you are a disgusting pig. But Yeon-woo realizes that Keith does not consider him at all. He thinks that he's not a being. He thinks he should just take it and just, because he's a Mega, he should just be there for entertainment-wise. So as Keith is telling Yeon-woo that he needs to go to the hospital and apologize to the guy who violated him, Yeon-woo was like, I quit. I would too. Who do you think you are, mister, coming to me talking about I should have just let that happen? I wish someone would tell me. Wish someone would tell me that. So he quits. And as the story continues on, a week later, Keith is running back because Yeon-woo run his whole entire life. There was at one point in time where all of Yeon-woo's time was taking care and catering to Keith's demands. And he had to break up with the girls. All because like Keith is a playboy to the 9th power. He does not stay in a relationship with a woman. His longest relationship was like 6 months. And then after that, it was like 1 or 2 months. And then he just goes on to the next girl. And they find out because of Yeon Woo giving them this ultimatum, like, hey, I give you what you want. Like, you want to be an actress? We'll give you a leading role in the next up and coming movie, as long as you don't bother Keith ever again with your nonsense. That's how they break up. It's crazy. So Yeon Woo's been getting brutalized by all these women who are just want to be in a relationship with Keith because he's Keith. And he's getting slapped, water thrown on him, tea thrown on him, kicked, punched. A lot is happening to this poor Omega, all because his boss does not care about relationships. He just sees sex as sex. So as Keith is going to negotiations with Yeon Woo, he's like, I just need you back in my life, please. What are your conditions? And so Yeon Woo gives him his conditions, and that's all I'm going to tell you for this part of the book, because there's so much more in this. So much more. On to the graphic novels now. I will tell you that the complete series, all four, are good. Really good. Even in this one, like, so I don't think you'll like Keith throughout this whole entire book. You probably won't. Because I didn't. I didn't like Keith until the second volume of the graphic novel. And then I hated him in the third volume. And then I loved him again in the fourth volume. It was just like a roller coaster of emotions for me in Keith. Because I was just like, what? No, yes, no, no. I was just going through that. Like the whole entire night, I was just, into early this morning, I was just like, no, I can't believe he did this. Why would you say that? Why would you do this? Oh my gosh, it's so precious, so cute. This is so Steve. It was just a lot. So I will give you the premise of, not the premise, the tropes of the whole entire novel, which would be, there is a point in time, and you'll see it in this one, that they have to be forced to live together. There is circumstances that make them be forced to live together. Also, at the end of this negotiation that they have to get Yeon Woo to work again, Keith makes out with Yeon Woo heavily. And then he just walks away. He just walks away. Like, I was just like, what? I thought you didn't like men. What is this? And then doesn't bring it up again. It's just so weird. So it's like, wait, what? Wait. In the graphic novel version, it's so funny. Even though I knew it was coming, it was just like, you're just gonna walk away? All right. Okay. So, they're forced to live together. Then there is male pregnancy. Yes. Get it. There's like kidnapping too. There's a whole bunch of kidnapping, actually. Oh, okay. And I guess, like I said, like, the reason why I didn't give like a 5 is because I wasn't really odd about it. But there are 2 scenes that happen in volume 1, because it leaves you on a cliffhanger. And then in volume 4, that like coincide with volume, like those scenes I'm talking about in volume 1. And it's so unnecessary. I thought it was just super unnecessary. It's like, why is this part of the story? Like, you only see it in volume 1 towards the end. And then you only see it in volume 4 also towards the end. And I was just like, then why put it? It doesn't have anything to do with the getting together of Keith and Yeon Woo. So why is it there? And the graphic novel does not explain some of the stuff that like happens in this novel, because there is a there's a reason why there's a dog in volume 1. In the graphic novel, it implies that you might get it, but it doesn't actually tell you why there's a dog. And this one, it tells you like why there's a dog. So I was just like, if I had read the graphic novel first, I would have been like, okay, yeah, that's crazy. But now that I know why this dog is important to that scene, I was just like, oh, wait, was it him? It can't be him, right? It's not him. He didn't do that, did he? So yeah, I wish that like the graphic novel explained that whole entire sequence, because that was ooh. But also like Grayson, I didn't like him in volume 1, the graphic novel, or the actual book. And then I definitely didn't like him in volume 2. Not after, like, so the dog scene with Grayson was okay. It was the party scene after we find out some stuff that I was just like, oh, you are a dirty dog too. Why are all alphas like this? Because I don't want to be with the alpha if they're like you. Like, oh my God. And then you're gonna talk about that in front of the person that you're with. I felt so bad for her. Oh my gosh. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. Because I'm just like, oh my gosh. No. But I'm getting off. Like, that's my little rant. Overall, again, this book was a 4-star for me. I'm glad I read the graphic novel. And I know this book came out this year in August. So I'm guessing that the other 3 volumes are going to come out as well in the next few years. And I'm definitely going to read them, because even though I completed the graphic novel and the ending was like a Hollywood Lifetime movie ending, know what I'm talking about? I do want more of the explanation factor that I know I'm not going to get in the graphic novel. So I want to read some of this stuff, because it's, oh my gosh. I already have a very specific scene that I really want explanation of. Yes. Because I think there could have been something with that character, and I really want to know if I was picking up what the graphic novel was giving me. But I can't wait to read the other 3 volumes. And that is it for this Achillean graphic novel and book review. Until the next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye!